Awesome. Thank you.
Attunement. So Brian from Krakow, nice to be with you.
Lisa from Krakow, happy to be here with you too.
Amelie from Amsterdam, and don't worry, I was blessed to have a peace pipe received from Brian, so I can continue his tone if it is wished for.
Annelies, calling in from Vreeland, sunny, clear airs, and filled with gratefulness.
Kamala from Kefalonia in Greece, and here we say Kalomina on the 1st of the month to wish everybody a good month. And I think this might be the first Thursday that we've had on the 1st of the month, because I don't remember saying Kalomina to you before. And it's bright sunshine here, has been for about a week. So yeah, it's been good. Cold, but better than being covered in storm clouds.
Vivier, France. Just did some yoga, so my hips feel alive. It feels good.
Juliet from Cork, Ireland. It's St. Bridget's Day, and feeling filled with gratitude and love. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm Hasina checking in from Newcastle, South Africa. Maybe we were doing yoga at the same time, Kara. But I'm feeling good. Was just getting a whole lot done, and that it feels good to be productive and yet creative. So, what's on anyone's heart today? Seems like that kind of day where we get to ask that question.
Juliet, if you're up to it, could you please tell us a little bit more about St. Bridget's Day?
So St. Bridget is kind of seen as the female to St. Patrick's. And as of, was it last year or the year before, they've now given her a holiday, like St. Paddy's Day. We have St. Bridget's Day. which makes it a long weekend. So although she's the 1st of February, it will be that weekend. So I think Friday is given as a holiday this year. And there's a mythological and there's the woman. And they get very much intertwined, integrated. So the mythological did all kinds of miracles. And she was known because she once went to the chief of her area in Kildare, and her people were having their land taken from them. And she asked if she could have one piece of land for her and her people. And he said, and he was saying no. And she said, well, would you give it to me just the size of my cloak? So he said, okay. So she put down her cloak, and the cloak expanded and expanded and expanded and expanded until it took the expanse of the county of Kildare. And he had to give her the land. So she was known as kind of a Mother Mary type of figure, in that she was very nurturing and very loving and brought people together. And so is revered here. And again, there was a woman who was a nun who became a saint. And there they get very intermerged, because the Bridget of the mythology did all kinds of miracles like that one. And yeah, she's very revered and is a female ascendancy that brings her up to Patrick.
Oh, I had no idea. That's beautiful and brilliant. Thank you.
She's also particularly known. So, like, in fact, the herbal medicine I studied was through Bridget's school of herbalists, and so she's very known to. She was connected with the animals and the plants. So everybody who did herbal medicine and things were very connected to her too.
I see Meryl's here. Hi, Meryl. Would you like to check in with where you're calling in from, or do you want to settle down before you do? Oh, you're muted. There we go. You want to do that later or now?
I'll speak later. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
So we've got St. Bridget and we've got Lisa's dragon, and it looks like we're very supported in the field.
Well, I can add to St. Bridget that it is Imbolc today. And Imbolc is, St. Bridget's is that add-on, Imbolc, which was an old Celtic way to celebrate spring. And it has to do with the moon and the earth. It's halfway, both exactly on that day, what is called St. Bridget's Day. So it's old Celtic today, well, it's a few days, old Celtic, and people do rituals. And my grandmother group will do tonight a ritual for Imbolc. You can look it later in Google what it means. Juliet knows it.
Yes, and in Ireland, it's also the first day of spring.
Oh.
Well, I should say in the Celtic, a lot of modern Ireland, maybe not, but certainly Celtic.
It feels like winter's only just arriving, actually.
Yeah, it seems like that everywhere. Go ahead, Annalise.
Well, I was wondering, I was picking up on the live energy within us from the dragon, and also the productive, creative senses which are coming through, and also this deep wish to be, well, not to be, but to allow silence. And this I find fascinating because last year to me was a very active year. I was constantly from the one thing and the other thing, and it fell also into place. And this year it's more like, no, it's as if this being conscious of just being productive, as allowing it through us, as the silence is coming through us, so I was wondering how you hold yourself towards that. For me, it's really like going into the unknown about this. And I feel I need a lot of silence and sleep and all these kind of things. So, well, as we're also going into spring where it's more aliveness. And so I was wondering if that is something we want to hold within our group today.
Good. Cool.
I'm definitely feeling that as well. I mentioned it in another group on Tuesday also, that feeling of like being incredibly productive and then, wait, now what? Because some of you know that like for the last few months of last year, everything in me was just write the damn book already. And so I did, and I published it, and I did the book launch, and now it's just like, so now what? I've done this. This is like, my great work. What happens after this? And now everything, like you say, is quiet, and I'm just contemplating where this is going to, and I'm not used to this feeling of like there's not much more that I can do right now, and what do I do with myself between now and when the next step reveals itself? And also wanting that extra sleep, that peacefulness, the meditation, but at the same time there's this conditioned thing in me that says, but you can't just sit on your ass and do nothing. So yeah, I'm also very curious to see what other people do in the space of stillness.
Well, if I can just quickly mention something, Kamala, before I give over to Emily and Meryl. When I wrote my book, because it was a 10-year journey, 2 of my friends actually messaged me, and each one of them said the same thing, that you need to take time to decompress. Actually, Sabina was one. She was talking about her album and how it was also a very long journey. And she said, you need to take time because, just sort of be with it. And my other friend also said, this has been a 10-year journey, be with it. So that's just what I have to say. See. Emily?
Yes, I can add exactly this feeling of staying calm or staying quiet or simplicity. I was asked, my sisters went to India, she asked me to come with her. I did several times. Suddenly I felt, no, I'm staying here. Next day, a friend asked me to go to Curacao. I long for the sun, but everything in me said, stay here. And I feel that I need a lot of, I sleep a lot, I be in stillness, I write, I meditate. And then suddenly I was aware that the work of inner peace in me so needed when there's so many war now. So subconscious, I'm connected. I don't follow the news every day about Gaza or Croatian, but I am somehow in that field somewhere, and the and it needs a lot of stillness or time to just be here and do simple what comes in my way, on my way, for healing things I do, or taking care of a grandchild, doesn't matter, but to be very close to what is happening, and then daily practice of this, being in this center of stillness. I also connected with weekly calls with you all, that it is very stimulated in me to to let this grow and come full, to be a tool for peace. That's the word I can add there in that stillness.
Meryl, I know you had something you wanted to say.
Yes. Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay. I hear your bigger picture you're all speaking in, and that's great. And it was just seemed so strange. I have a little tiny picture that happened this morning. I'm a pet sitter in England at the moment, and although people think it's a really easy job, you feel this undercurrent of stress all the time when you're looking after somebody else's pets and somebody else's property, and there are different rules in every property that you go to. So you never feel completely relaxed. But this morning I decided to just be relaxed, and I just went back to bed. And the rules in this house, the animals can come onto the bed, and I had a cat on either side of me purring and a dog, and I just relaxed. Normally I'm just out of bed and doing what I need to get done and rushing, and it's end of month. Reconciliation of my little business in South Africa hasn't been done yet, and I just rested. And when I got out of bed and fed all the animals, I suddenly had this urge to go for a run. And I thought, sometimes it works to just rest. And then you get the inclination and the energy to just do the things that you actually should be doing, looking after yourself. So yes, I've had a lovely run this morning, and it's a beautiful first day of spring. Yeah.
Juliet, over to you.
I heard a lovely metaphor that really speaks to this yesterday. And it was in a village or in an area, I think it was in China, many years ago. They were in a very, very bad drought. And they called for the Zen master to come. And when he arrived, he just meditated for a day and a half. And then huge rains came. So somebody asked him, "What did you do to bring the rain?" He said, "I didn't do anything. But where I come from, everything is in balance and harmony. And when I came here, I felt everything was so out of balance that I needed a day and a half to bring myself and my area to radiate out harmony. And when it came back into harmony, the rains came." And it just feels like what you were saying, Annalise. I mean, for me, on the 31st of last year, I'd been so busy, blah, 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 blah. And then wham, I was absolutely floored and could do nothing, and still until now. And this metaphor, I think, has a lot to say for all of us. Maybe that's one of our works right now, is to just be focused on bringing total harmony within us, that can help to heal.
Thank you. Karen.
In my Spirit of Canada project, we got a big opportunity with an important museum, and we activated and put our visions together and proposed something. Then we didn't get it. And then, but we were like, okay, let's make our vision and strategy and let's go big and let's expect. And then this month, everyone was just like, actually, like, I can't do it. I need to rest. I need to rest. I need to rest. And it was like, okay, well, this field, and I was wanting to rest too. And I was like, well, this field needs a rest right now. So we said, okay, let's just not have any meetings until we looked ahead and said, well, February 9th, February 29th is a leap year. So let's check in again on the leap year for a rest, and then perhaps a leap. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm trying to learn in this project specifically. My intention is, as a bit of the leader, say the intention of this one is really to follow the energy of the project and people and what's happening, and trying to be this emergent leader. So it can be, it's challenging, it takes patience, and can be frustrating. She's like, no, I haven't like created a thing you can talk about with, we're not growing to 1,000 people, you know, like all that sort of stuff. So it's tricky.
Well, Kara, is there anything that you need support with, or that we can support you with?
My teammate gave me support. So I was sort of in like visionary leadership role. And then they were all saying, well, we want to be much more like co-visionary together. And so I had to, there's sort of process of like letting go. And I had to be like, okay, it's not just my vision. And I have to make more space for the others and trust more. And so it was feeling a bit like getting knocked down sort of by the other people as well, like in your internal self, you know. And so not meanly, but just, you know, if your babies don't like that. And so my friend, one of my team members, Qatar, offered to hold me in a few sessions where she was just really holding me to go through to find my energy. And we did a little bit of a diwa and that sort of thing. So it's really a great group like that. So I'm at peace with it. And I really needed the rest, and they all needed the rest. I was like, oh, that's easy. Okay, well, then I'll take a rest together then. Okay, good.
Cool. Just feeling called to ask Brian and Lisa anything that either or both of you want to share. Are you muted, Brian?
Yeah, thank you, Sina. I feel and there's some words in Sarah McCrum's video, Gary Malkin, that it's about being, and about being on the edge of the unknown. And so that place, I can't just fill that with action. I need to really be still and allow what's emerging to come forward. And, you know, there's the mind in this transition back to the United States. There's this feeling of, how can I afford to be retired? And it's one of those mind thoughts that really kind of stirs up all of the collective pieces, and then I have to go back into this is an unknown journey. And I know that Lisa and I will continue to share our gifts. So that's putting it in what our 2024 mission is. We will continue to gather people together and build our beloved community. So anyway, I'll pause there. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
And
thank
for-
you, Hasina. So I can just add that my understanding is after I was also so long busy in my life, and coming to the realization that it is about the inner peace wherever I am. So the inner stillness, and how to maintain that even if there is chaos around me or not peace. So this is a day-to-day approach to bring it back to my awareness when I'm in my mind. So I am very aware that it is my mind that is not in peace when I'm not in peace. So to connect really with my true self, my centered self, and all is good. And then all is good in the unknown, because even there the mind wants to know, but reality is it's about the unknown, and trusting this unseen hand that reveals itself. Yeah. So it's like the whole world, and I feel the dragon that I brought in today, and the Chinese year starts on 10th of February. I feel it's really the energy of this year of, this, in a way, this destruction of something that is not love, that's not truth, that's not honest, all the shadow sides, and being also ready for transformation within and in the world, and being protected. So to really access the true strength within us. And there's the good fortune, there's the blessing, there's prosperity, everything is there, and I'm curious and excited how will the year unfold. I know it won't be probably an easy year, but from my own journey, I know I'm challenged to stay exactly in this inner peace and stillness again and again and again. And clearly it will be for Brian and I a big challenge to move again back to Ohio and again readjust to that culture. So let's see. So I take the dragon energy with me, and the colorfulness, I see more the richness, the beauty, especially the beauty of life, to embrace that and share that beauty with the world, and helping through my work also people, my clients, to connect to that place. So thank you.
Well, do you both need any support from us? Is there anything we can do to make the journey smoother, easier?
I think just from my end, sending out this, energies, that it goes smoothly, easily, that everything will fall in place. Yeah, so just it would be very great. Thank you.
Yes, and to be in this weekly group is supportive for our transitioning. And Lisa asked me, I think it was yesterday, how is it for you to leave European life. You know, it's a contemplation because Krakow has been absolutely beautiful for us. People that we've met have been so kind and friendly, even more so those that speak English, for me. Yeah, but the transition back to a country that is right now so polarized, and you know, all I can think of is that we're needed, and we will support the beloved community to come together for greater peace within. So, yeah. So it's going to be an adventure, and coming here each week and the other programs. And I just do have a question. I thought Anna Marie was going to explain to us today what's coming up.
Oh, yes. Yes. Anna Marie is traveling, and she said she may just come into the meeting, but she's not sure that she's able to. So she wrote me a message, which I should have conveyed at the beginning of the meeting. But yes,
Okay.
but I'll do my best to. Are you talking about Awakening to Humanity's Sacred Mission? Okay. Well, Kara, you'll have to join me in explaining, because I feel, yes. So I haven't been going to the Unity Earth meetings on Wednesday. I've just been needing to be in stillness and rest, actually, also. But this is, yeah, there are a number of different speakers on different subjects, and I know the dates, but I want to sort of find them. It's a symposium. No, yes, it is. That's what they're calling it, a symposium. Okay. Kara, while I'm finding more information about it, is there anything that you know? Okay.
Just what's on the website is what I know. The website's pretty good about it.
Right.
It shows who's speaking, and I put it in last time in our Bridging Continents thread. I think I'll see. It's pretty far back. I'll see if I can find it.
And why did she give the link to Trello? Are we going to Trello to create our own presentations, or was that to just read? It was in her post this morning, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I clicked on it. I didn't find the content. So I think she was just trying to share something about an activity she was doing within it. But I think it just didn't work. So circle back to that.
Okay. I'll ask Anna Marie and get back to you in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. But definitely let me just have a look here. Oh, thank you, Kara. You've posted it in already. So I guess that's everything. Maybe I can just share screen a bit, and we can have a look. Just give me a second.
Great. I see that they've added, so there's gonna be a couple of days of just speakers, so we'll all be looking at the same content, so there will be more together, which is nice. And then there's a harvest day with 2 sessions a week later on February 18th to follow up and follow through with the audience and speak.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know they've got 2 different time zones to suit those of us in these times, in these time zones, and those people in the US and those time zones. So I'm just going to events here. Okay. Unity Earth Symposium. I think that's the one we're looking at. Okay, yes, 7th to the 8th of Feb.
No, that's
so
that was last year's. You want to be you were on the right page before, so the 2024, the first one. Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The dragon.
Okay, so then it's 9th to 11th of Feb. And then what Kara was saying about the harvest is on the 18th of Feb. And I believe the emphasis of the harvest being a week later is so that, you know, we can have it be even more effective and interactive, as I understand it. Yeah. So the details are all here, and I don't know if there are any slots for people to present, but I mean, Brian, if you feel really called, then just reach out about that and let's see. Yeah. I'm just trying to go to the times where, oh, there we go. Session 1 time. So those of us who are in these time zones, it's 10 a.m. Eastern time, so that would be 4 p.m. CET. And so it's for those 3 hours. And yes, 4 p.m. CET, that's those 3 hours, 4 to 7. And then session 2 is like past midnight for us. It's around midnight CET. So that those times would apply to the 9th and the 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and then I'm guessing it applies to the 18th as well. But if you just copy the link which Kara's put in the chat, actually, I think this one might be a more direct one because, yes, you put it there, Kara, yeah. Okay. Anything else about it that you'd like to know? Anyone?
I was connecting with Anne-Marie about this golden thread. Going through all these days. It's not on a certain hour, but to daily contribute on the weaving of this. And the circle with the dragons, but it's loose, it's waving, it's like weaving or needling. I go needling with golden thread on these days. So maybe you know something about this, or she will tell next week maybe.
Yes, we will have Bridging Continents before the 9th because it's next weekend. So I think Anna-Marie will be able to share more. And we can share in the WhatsApp group and just share about that because I remember Anna-Marie mentioned that. I just don't remember too many details about it. So.
Yeah, I think John Raymer and Julie Kroll are thinking about the harvesting strategy, and in the One World network space, there's something where they've written something about their strategy process, and Anne-Marie showed us that briefly last time. I'm not sure how to get plugged in to be like part of the harvesting team, so I guess that's what I can, if I'm checking in with anyone this week, I'll ask that kind of question. how to be part of it. Yeah, maybe on the One Wet Network. I don't know if leaving a comment will get through to them, like where they've posted about that. Say, how can I join the harvest team or something like that.
Okay, well, whatever answers we get about any of that, we can just put in the WhatsApp group, and any questions also, if there are any other questions, posted there. This sounds really exciting. I've never been part of this. I don't even remember it last year, but it sounds amazing. So.
Well, for one reason, it's very amazing because Erwin Laszlo, he's the one who took this initiative, and of course, we know he's getting younger and younger, but he's also getting more aged. So it's for sure a reason to tap into his wisdom, and everyone he invited in for that to co-create. Yes.
I see here in One World under Mission 2024, like on the left menu, there's the different sort of convergences or categories. So Mission 2024 is its own area in One World. And then under events or news there's the Sunday, February 18th event that you can RSVP to. It's at 4 till 5:30 p.m. CET. I can't share my screen right now.
Oh, sorry, Kara. Let me give you sharing superpowers. Just give me 1 second. Okay, there we go.
So you can see here is Mission 2024. And so then there's this Our Awakening, Embrace Our Path Forward in the wake of Awakening to Humanity's Sacred Mission. We invite you to the next step of the follow-up session. And not just an event, but a movement towards realizing our highest potential. And then here it has our path forward and says this pre-symposium preparations, immediate post-symposium analysis, in-depth content analysis, content synthesis and preparation, Our Awakening, February 18th, and then post-harvest follow-up. So I think Julie Kroll and John Raymer and a few others have created this plan, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind helping hands in it. And so you can sort of share your thoughts here and say, I'd like to join this team. Not sure if how much energy I have actually for it in this month. See, if you want to. And then you can say, I'm going here, and then that will put it into your calendar, add to calendar. And then it's easy to remember how to get there. Save.
Thank you.
Well, whether we are aware or not, I immediately I'm aware we are connected anyhow when I saw the Dragon of Lisa showing up this morning. It's for sure we are already in the pro creation of this symposium somewhere.
Yeah, I was actually in the super conscious think tank yesterday, and the discussion was it was how are we becoming the new human, and a part of it was what are people not realizing, and the first thing that came to me is that our interconnectedness, that we can actually communicate beyond our human family, and that we are connected beyond time and space. We can connect with our animal family and creatures and insects and plants, and all that is. which we've been so educated out of. So it's a good reminder.
But I'm just clicking around some more, and there's some more events leading up to the assembly if you want to get more into it. It says on the February 2nd at 10 p.m. our time, which isn't too bad. Tomorrow, you can go and get connected in if you're feeling that call. Suggest that.
Is that on One World, Kara, that you can?
Yeah, it's all on that Mighty Networks One World, and it's under Mission 2024 section. There isn't a section for the symposium, but they just put it there.
Okay. Yeah, we can put it in the group. Sorry, Brian, you were.
Yeah, I just wanted to also respond to that question that you were asked in the think tank. And we're human beings. And I feel like that's really a kind of a missing state in the collective of humanity. And when we're in our own personal state of being, that we have connection to our inner peace. So it's almost like, how could we make that contagious? How could we spread the importance of us being human beings more so than all of our human doings? So anyway, thank you for posing the question so that I could share my inner.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Kara has posted in the chat all the links. Yeah, Annalise, I agree. The summit is really the sign that so much is getting together this year. Okay, so if anyone wants to go to any of the prep, like Kara said, it's tomorrow.
Can you please put that on our WhatsApp group, because I never can sort of take this out of our chat to my phone. I cannot.
Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, I got it here because I've got it on my computer WhatsApp, so it makes it so much easier.
That I feel to add to Hasina what you said on your daily speaking blog, what Brian was mentioning is such a key towards this not knowing stillness field. I'm so grateful you brought this up, and Brian too, and all of us, and Annalise for the stillness. Such a good feeling what I've got, getting a brighter view now of all of this happening at the moment. Thank you so much.
I'm just wondering, while we're in the spirit of the space, I know Brian and Lisa, with your community listening circles on Monday, you've played that wonderful video with Gary Malkin and Sarah McCrum. I don't know how long it is, but I'm just wondering if one of you, maybe 2 minutes? Okay. If you have it, could you play it? If you do have it, and if you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, I need just a minute to set it up, and then I can share it. But I need to be a co-host to be able to share.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so if you make me a co-host, it should work.
I'll do that, Lisa. Yes, there we go.
Okay, so then, give me 1 second.
And while Lisa is setting up, I just want to bring in that we ended today our 7 days of healing. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. First.
No, you can
No.
complete. I wait until you're done.
Yes, because this really sprouted from our gathering last week. And we've been processing together in the power of 8 for 7 days. And I just want to honor that this group had such a power and that we were gathering so aligned and wonderful, being unstoppable and remotely and in the center with Juliet. And I learned from this how important it is to receive, not only to give, as we are such a givers, but also receive. And thank you to Amelie, who reminded me of that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I will start the video.
As we open this virtual space, let's connect and be present with each other. Let's get to know each other with kindness and gentleness. Let's listen to each other with generosity in our hearts. Let's learn from each other with curiosity and wonder. We are a part of nature. We are a part of Earth. We are a part of life. May we use our time together to add to peace and truth and goodness in the world.
Lisa. Shall we check out with one word that is on our hearts in this moment, this popcorn style?
Inner peace.
Transformation.
Beloved community.
Radiate love.
Both of you can say it again. We heard the mingle.
Juliet, you go first.
Oneness.
Radiate love.
Enjoyment.
In harmony with not knowing.
Connection threads.
Balance.
Pardon?
Balance.
Thank you so much, everyone.